shows are good because you know, it's a smaller commitment.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
But you still want to stand behind the work.
Yes, definitely.
I've had at least 3 people in the last year say that they were exhausted. And typically, most people, this is like one of the first shows. And so that they're exhausted by the time opening night hits. And the one guy, Steve Aird, who did the mural here, which we ended up having to paint over, you know, they were last minute, and 3 graffiti guys. And he's also oil and water. He got up here on Thursday, and the show's open on Friday.
I saw walking the dogs. I saw the whole thing get built. Like I walked by and like, oh wow.
And he got up here at 4 o'clock. Well, they came up on a Sunday and cut everything in. Like, we'll be up on Tuesday. And then Tuesday rolled around, and I didn't get a call. And then Wednesday rolled around, and one of the guys, Webbs, said, "Hey man, I just fell down the steps and I'm taking myself to the hospital, but I'll try to be up there in about 2 hours." And he's living from Akron. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe these guys are going to flake. So I call up another guy. I'm like, "Can you get a crew together to be as a standby?" You know, I got to have something. So Thursday rolls around now, so we got 24 hours, and they all showed up and they did everything. Steve shows up at 6:30 or 7. And he just kind of shuffles in, and 2 in the morning I leave, and he's shh, and taking a step back. Shh. I said, "Steve, this is, you know, I understand an awful lot about train painting and some other things, but you guys can't have like 17 hours in the CSF. You just can't." And he's like, "No, man, I enjoy these gallery shows because I work in a graffiti style, but I got time. You know, I'm not under the gun. I don't have to worry about a little drizzle because I can paint over and fix it." 2 o'clock, I leave. I have to go to work the next morning. I come here at like 4 o'clock. You know, show opens at 7. There's a note taped to the door. Keys on the counter. He left out the side door. And he goes, "I got done painting around noon. I'll be back up at 7. So and he drove to Massillon. So that means he didn't get home until at least 1. Got 4 hours of sleep after inhaling paint fumes for like 20 hours and came up here. But they pulled it off. And I think that's that pressure. So that's a long-winded story that we'll probably edit out. But
pressure. Jacob and I did a show together at Asterix Gallery a few years ago. Called a joint effort. There was one that Jacob did his melting kind of things with
the ice cubes
and ice cubes and stuff. And I did ink drawings and collage work, and I actually produced a lot of my pieces I was finishing right. Yeah. Like I was framing them the day we were hanging them up, you know, and just trying to figure it out. But the pieces that I did right at the end when I was just like out of my mind, and I wasn't even like, you know, really even drinking or anything. I was just like up and just trying to get them together and just like. They turned out to be my favorite pieces.
Well, but you get in a zone there.
And when you hit that spot, it's sweet.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you've given yourself permission to do it.
Well, once you get it all done, and then you're able to rest after it, that's actually sweet. And it's like it's all done. Thank God.
Well, that's an interesting note. I know we've gone way over on the time. You said you've given yourself permission to do it.
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing that separates people who do something and people who don't. You know, at some point you give yourself the permission to, it's all right to spend my time doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of people who look at what I do and say, well, I can't believe that you spend the time to do that. And it's like, well, I can't believe that I spend any time not doing that. You know, but you have to within the course of every day's events, I mean, you have to allow yourself and say, this is important to me and this is something that I'm gonna keep up with, because I mean, there aren't a lot of people that are promoting, you know, what it is that we do. And you have to, you know, to be doing it this long, you have to have a love for it. And that needs to be, you know, it's that love for it that becomes the permission that you give yourself. Say, I love doing this and I'm going to continue to do it. Doesn't matter how old I am, doesn't matter what, you know, everybody else around me thinks that I should be doing. This is what I want to be doing for myself, and it's taking control of that.
So are you a lifer?
I mean, I hope so. I'm trying.
I'm going to say that you're in it.
I've never made really money doing it, but I still do it. So.
All right, we're gonna end on that note. one last question, it's a one-word answer. Republican, Democrat, or revolution?
Revolution.
Revolution.
I guess that's it, revolution. Until next time, whenever we do this again, thanks for maybe watching this, maybe not, either way, bye. That was a good 20 minutes at least.
It was almost a half hour.
Yeah. It does, well, we've done, Jacob and I have done two of these now,
Well, you forget the camera.
yeah.
I remember every once in a while, dude, you just focus on what's inside it.
And having done two of these, I like